Have you heard of like Dragon Naturally Speaking?
Yes.
So there were products like that were adapted to the legal industry and it was form fill. It was like, try to draft your perfect version of the standard document and then code all the inputs on the document. And I have a lot of clients who did this. I have a lot of clients who didn't do this because of the labor that goes into it.
Yeah.
Not to mention the variation of it. Like they're called pleadings. Some are called pleadings, which is like a type of document that you draft for a legal case and things. And you would try to code the perfect version of the document with client first name, client last name, client date of birth, client address, all of those input parameters. And then there was entire software companies that sprung up around trying to then help the attorney populate and spit out a new version of this form for this new work product or client or matter that you're doing, right? All that goes away.
Right.
All you're literally saying, draft me a pleading with this client, for this client, with this court date, with this whatever the input, and it literally it can do it with it's general knowledge. It could use the context of your own data set.
Yeah, and
do it like letter perfect.
Right. So one of the things that I've been seeing is that, especially with law firms, is there's a standard, for forms. Like there's, a specific form. It's created in such a way like that the court will accept.
Well, that's what's so fascinating about it. I'm not, even as you and I sit here and try to muddle through what an attorney's work product is called, and I know one of them is called a pleading, and there's other statute of limitations and all these, right? ChatGPT, the AI knows that already. Right. And so if you tell it, like, spit me out a pleading of this, blah, 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 not only does it do it like the words, the written word is what you need, but it also stylizes the document.
Yeah, it puts it in the format. You were talking about the Dragon and like mapping out the different inputs. You could create that with the ChatGPT or the AI so that all it needs to do is just, hey, grab this and input, here's the user information, and it probably would take even less time because it would just, it's already got it. It just drops the thing in, you're good to go, and you print it. So there's a lot of ways that with AI, especially when you're in such a structured industry as like law firms, where it's like there's not a lot of variation.
On the healthcare side, today there's a headline: Microsoft partners with Epic to bring the AI to medical records. And so they're partnering with some medical institutions. They're going to start reading the data set. See, that's where the power comes from. All of our company, all of these companies, all of these businesses, we've been digital for the last 20 years, maybe give or take, some even more, right? All of that data is in each individual organization will be able to be read, indexed, and applied. So if you have 20 years of patient medical data, I've been with my primary care physician for 20 years. And so he has 20 years of my medical history. So now if he starts leveraging a EHR, or electronic medical record system, that he can start collaborating with in diagnosing me as I start to age, they're going to have the context of my own records. So not only the shared pool of the wealth of the human knowledge base that's available on the internet, right? And not only the subset of data that is an entire hospital's data set, right? But all of this is going to start being tapped and training the model, and then of course, when you have the contextual relevance of the patient, you're going to be able to provide like the best care possible.
Yeah.
The doctor's going to partner with the AI, and the AI may say, based on the inputs, here's where I suggest you start looking, or if the doctor starts prescribing care and then goes back to the AI and says, like, this was what I proposed, the AI may be like, you may have overlooked something.